Hey everybody, welcome to Studio 64. My name's David and I've been searching the interzones for some more science, space and tech news to share with you. And I came across this over at Dagans.com in Australia. Yes, the great beyond, why we might never meet our cosmic neighbours. Interesting. Well, I know a reason. Human beings are childish, mindless, squabbling primitives. Yes, exactly. But anyway, let's see what the story has to say. Imagine a universe busting with life hidden within the vast expanse of stars and galaxies. This isn't just a scene from a sci-fi movie, but a possibility that excites scientists and space enthusiasts alike, and me too. I'm not a scientist, I just love the thought of alien life everywhere all over the universe. And going, oh God, humans, don't go anywhere near there. That planet's a bloody mess. German physicist and former astronaut Ulrich Walter is convinced of the existence of extraterrestrial life. Now, Ulrich, he brings us back to Earth with a sobering thought. We may never get to say hello to our cosmic neighbours. Now, Ulrich Walter, who recently turned 70, shares a fascinating yet bittersweet perspective. There are some, but we'll never meet them. We'll never communicate with them ourselves, but they must exist, says Walter. Only logic requires it because there is an almost infinite number of planets. Very interesting indeed. And I'll use the link to the main article below the video, so I'll leave that link there so you can pop it and check out embedded links like shrinking moon raises new challenges for future space mission study finds. So if you want to go into a bit of a deeper dive, into the space and science scene, definitely well worth the read, believe me. Yeah, so extraterrestrial life in our galaxy is unlikely. Now, in our home galaxy, the Milky Way, which Walter refers to as the accessible part of the universe, seems to be a lonely place. Now, we're usually the only ones there. If so, then there can not be many of them, maybe 10 or so, but even the distances are so great that other people's signals disappear into the galactic noise, Walter explains. Yes, very interesting. The dream of hopping on a spaceship and visiting our neighbours is dashed by the reality that such a journey would take over 10,000 years, even to the nearest stars. I have a feeling there will be technology out there that will allow us to do it. Everyone laughs and says it's not possible and everything else. I've seen other technologies magically appear that 30, 50, 100 years ago, 500 years ago, we thought was witchcraft, Now we do it and we don't think about it. I mean, look at the internet. We communicate every day via the internet. Somebody like me can sit in a room and make videos and broadcast them out to the world at a cost that is virtually nothing. It's incredible. I mean, I remember growing up and the first time I got onto internet relay chat, and I'm a teenager and I'm sitting in my room. This isn't back in the days of the bulletin boards, dial-up bulletin boards, and I'm chatting away in news groups and whatever, the modern equivalent to a Facebook page or something, chatting away with people from all over the planet and laughing fit to kill myself. I was a teenager. My parents wanted to call the doctor because they thought I was completely nuts. He says he's in a room talking to people from all over the world and he's laughing out loud, but he's in there by himself. There's something wrong with him. So the concept was like either the person's mentally something wrong with him in the head or it's just science fiction. Now we do it every day and don't think about it. Traveling to other stars and visiting other planets will definitely happen. I don't care how far they are away. We'll definitely be able to do it. We'll be able to fold space. We'll be able to do something like that. Guaranteed. Life's building blocks are universal. Now, water, carbon, and energy form the essential trio for life, not just on our planet, but across the cosmos. Our forms of life. There could be silicon-based life forms out there. There could be life forms out there that are artificial. They could be, there could be a civilization from 1 billion years ago. And the only thing that survived was their AI robots, and they could have turned into the dominant life form. Who knows? The basis of biological life exists everywhere. The improbability lies firstly in the fact that such a planet should receive exactly the right amount of energy from another sun-like star, Walter explains. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just simply saying that I'm trying to look at things from a different perspective. It's interesting to hear it, though. Yes. Now, creating the first cell for an inanimate material marks a pivotal moment in the emergence of life, a process that's closely linked to DNA, the essential building blocks of life as we know it. Now, Ulrich Walter explains further there is only one chemical element, silicon, which can build strands of information similar to carbon. There you go, silicon based life forms. But there's a catch when it comes to life based on silicon. It's not as stable as carbon, and silicon dioxide, which is a major byproduct, is solid and doesn't dissolve like carbon dioxide does. So silicon can't store that amount of information, and it doesn't have the right chemical environment, says Walter, shedding light on why imagining life that isn't carbon based is so challenging. Who knows? Maybe it's possible. Maybe we're looking at silicon based on Earth. Life based on silicon couldn't happen? I think it could. We'll discover microbes on another planet, probably on one of the moons of Enceladus or something like that, could behave completely different to the microbes here. You don't know. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's false. I'm just saying keep an open mind. Now, what could extraterrestrial life look like? Well, Ulrich Walter keeps the mystery alive about our potential cosmic neighbours, often dubbed little green men. Just like us, they would require a way to ingest food and dispose of waste to support their metabolism. The realm of biology shows us that the vast array of life forms carbon chemistry can produce, and they're everywhere in space. I believe so too, but they could be an artificial life form. I mean, they obviously ingest some form of energy, which would be power, and dispose of waste. They could be nuclear powered. They do a poo in a big block of radiation. That would be interesting. Absolutely fascinating. And as I keep saying, I'll drop the link to the main article below the video. So check out these links. New solar storm threatens to disrupt global power grids, and discovery of alien materials in ancient Spanish treasure. I'm not a scientist myself. I just love all science. And I think that, I share these videos because I want to get a conversation going. Anybody out there who's an astrobiologist or astrophysicist or astronomer or an aerospace engineer, where do you think it's going? Particularly with things like nuclear fusion. Could we possibly a fusion spaceship could do something? I've done videos on how where physicists are now working on warp engines, but not your Star Trek warp engine or something like that, but they fold space. So you could literally go vast distances in, a very short space of time. That is something that's theoretically possible now. It's absolutely amazing. Done the videos, check them out on the channel. Very interesting indeed. I think it's just a technological limitation. And the one thing about mankind that's good, our intense curiosity and our problem-solving ability is absolutely amazing, despite the fact we kill each other off like a pack of childish, mindless, squabbling primitives, and the rest of the universe is treating us like, we're Jehovah's Witnesses knocking on their door and they're pretending they're not home, is because of our behavior and the way we treat each other. But the good thing about humans is we always overcome obstacles, and we're a intensely curious species. And we will find a way. I mean, I look at analogies like computer memory. Bill Gates said famously in the early 80s, when DOS the disk operating system, could only access 1 megabyte of RAM, 384 was for your system. So it was for your hardware and all this sort of stuff. And 640K was available to the user. Bill Gates said, I can't see why anyone want more than, 640K of RAM to use. Then we were told that there's a limit, when Windows 3.1 came along. In standard mode, you couldn't do anything. Then there was enhanced mode. How all of a sudden can we go to 2 meg, 4 meg, 8 meg of RAM? How is this possible? Bubble memory and expanded memory. We got around that limitation. Think of that 1 megabyte limitation as an ability to traverse the distances between our planet and a planet in another part of the galaxy, another solar system. We can't do it. And why would anyone want to leave our solar system? That's ridiculous. The next thing you know, we did the memory thing. Next thing we're in gigabytes. And we're talking about terabytes of RAM. And we're talking about mega flops of RAM or something in the future. You don't know. But I can see it happening, right? The same with space travel. We will find a way to cover those vast distances. It's going to be absolutely incredible, and I can't wait. I guarantee you we'll find a solution. Absolutely amazing. And then we'll get to meet those little green men. Yeah, it's probably green because they ended up tasting Earth food or something like that. We're not usually this colour. Oh, God, bloody McDonald's. Fascinating, isn't it? All right, well, my name is David. Thanks for joining me for another Studio 64 Science Space. And I can't even speak. I'm that excited about this stuff.
Oh, bitch, use your words.
Science, space, and tech news update. I shall see you in the next one. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. If you're up for it, drop a comment down below the video, because I can't wait to hear what you think. All right, take care. And as I always say, if you can't be good at it. And as I also always say,
my God, it's full of stars.